She wanted him dead. And I said, you're going to go to hell for that, Mom.
Was there a life insurance policy that you're aware of?
There was, but it didn't go to her.
Who did it go to?
Her brother, his brother.
What you just watched is a woman sitting across from detectives, calmly throwing her own mother under the bus for a murder she helped commit. A murder that nearly went completely undetected. Harold Allen worked the night shift, stopped on his way home to buy wood pellets to keep his wife and stepdaughter warm, and walked into a house where the two people he trusted most had been plotting to kill him for months. Tonight, we're taking you inside the interrogation room where the truth finally came out. Because it wasn't investigators who cracked this case. It was a burglary, a break-in that one of the suspects used as a bargaining chip, dropping a bombshell that blew a year-old closed case wide open. Harold Allen's death had been signed off as natural causes. His killer was living off his life insurance, and nobody knew. This is the story of how one impulsive, greedy decision unraveled everything and put a woman behind bars for 50 years.
What was your relationship like with Harold?
He was nice.
Okay.
You know, he didn't really talk much, you know.
Mm-hmm. Was she having financial problems?
She said he would just blow through money, make $4,000 a month, and barely get by.
Talking about Harold?
Yeah.
How did Harold feel about you guys moving in? Was he cool with that, or did he ever get kind of grumpy because of it? Or
No, he was actually very nice about it. He loved the girls. He said, I never got a chance to be a dad or a grandpa or anything, and we were eating that up.
Do you remember anything ever mentioned about Harold possibly having some kind of demon, or I think it was referred to as it?
She would say something about an it when his moods would flip. That was pertaining to whenever he began snippy with her. I thought that more was like just a metaphor.
I think at some point she probably dragged you into something that you didn't want to be in, or there was something to do with those demons or something, you know, with that. But we just want to know the truth. And I think you know the truth.
There was definitely ethylene glycol that was ordered.
I mean, is your relationship with your mom good?
Yes and no. I kind of just put up with what she does. She's always tried to drag me into whatever she gets into.
Before we go any further, let's step back and understand exactly who Harold Allen was and how we got here. Harold, nicknamed Peanut by those close to him, was a 52-year-old laborer at a car parts manufacturer in rural Indiana. By every account, he was the kind of man people liked. Hard-working, warm, devoted to family. He had health challenges, a heart condition, and insulin-dependent diabetes. But he was managing both. He had reconnected with Marcia Allen at their 30-year high school reunion, and the two had been together for just 3 years when he died. In December 2022, Marcia called 911 to report that Harold was unresponsive on the bedroom floor. An autopsy was conducted. His cause of death was recorded as calcifying constrictive pericarditis, a heart condition. Low levels of opioid painkillers were found in his system, but these were prescribed for chronic pain. Case closed. Except it wasn't. 9 months later, a burglar sitting in a police interview room would change everything by mentioning Harold Allen's name, completely unprompted.
Because that lady is the lady who told me to go get this. Her name's Marcia Buxton. And she asked me to go get that because her husband, Harold Allen, passed away of unknown causes in December. She gave me an address. She said, hey, honey, I need you to go up in here. I need you to grab someone and go up in here. And she told me to meet this dude up there. Mm-hmm. And I did. And I went over there. She wanted us to get rid of it. And this woman has hated me for years. But I'm best friends with her daughter.
Okay. What's the daughter's name?
Ashley Jones. She told me, and I already deleted all the messages, like she asked me to. She said, hey, I'll give you $3,000 if you can go to my house. Gave me the safe code. She said, you can go down there, you can get this, and I need it all taken somewhere, please, because his brothers is trying to get into my house and they want to take me to court. and take all of Harold's guns and everything. It sounds to me like she's setting me up real quick. The other person, whoever it was that she had that I met up with, I don't even know this guy from Adam. He said his name was Richard, and he said no names. No names. Had me unplug my Bluetooth thing, turn my phone off, and everything. According to her, her husband passed away because she needed that life insurance money. But she did not get that life insurance money because the policy was set to go to his brothers. She told me straight up, she said, look, I had to take care of Marsha done killed her husband. Sorry, Mom. Marsha set me up.
You know, it was hard to tell at first whether he was just trying to give us information to try to get himself out of trouble that he was in for the burglary, or if he was actually being sincere. But regardless, we took it serious. We looked into it. We opened an investigation, and you know, I'm glad that we looked into it as much as we did, because if we hadn't, we would have never been able to solve the murder.
Here is where the investigation pivots completely. Detectives bring Marsha Allen in the very next day, September 20th, 2023, under the pretense of discussing the burglary. She's cooperative at first, giving details about the stolen items. But before she leaves, detectives ask her a question about Harold. She agrees to hand over her phone for download. That decision seals her fate. What investigators find on that phone is not just suspicious. It's a roadmap to murder. Text conversations with Ashley, Google search history, order confirmations, and what makes it worse, in that very interview, Marsha quietly deletes her text thread with Ashley. She doesn't know it's already been captured. Detectives now have everything they need to get a search warrant. On October 16th, they return to her home, seize all remaining devices, and bring Marsha in for a second, far more serious interview. This time they're not asking about a burglary, they're asking about poison.
How's it going, Marsha? We're here today because we got a search warrant for your house, okay, to go through some stuff. I know you probably feel a little bit maybe intimidated with all the officers here.
Well, no, because I mean, I've nothing to hide. I don't know.
Before I ask you anything, though, I want to make sure you understand your rights, okay? There's a picture that she had the order pulled up on her.
Unfortunately, just on that piece of paper, you can't see it. But then, and then this is you to her. It says, how much do you need?
She asks me for money all the time, mainly just for cigarettes.
So that's like the UPS tracking code for this ethylene glycol.
She sends me UPS tracking code for everything that she orders for Christmas and everything. I never look at them.
But this one was sent from you. You could see on the download when the messages were deleted, and she actually deleted them while she was in the interview with our detective. We were able to determine that at the time of Harold Allen's death, he did have ethylene glycol in his system. The mail is here, smiley face.
So what is being claimed is that you guys poisoned Jimmy.
Which is not true.
But that's what's being claimed. And that's what we're trying to figure out, because when you look at these messages,
it looks sketchy, I know.
But it's saying that root beer float is what it was done.
You know, it was only put in his. If the ethylene glycol was only put in Harold's and not yours or Ashley's or the kids, I mean, you guys would be fine.
What are foxglove seeds?
I have no idea.
You said I need foxglove seeds. And she says, I think I can get them at Walmart.
They're pretty flowers.
And then she said, thank you. We are watching a new movie on Netflix with the kids, and those are traceable.
I don't know what that means.
I don't either. And you see why that's concerning? Because she says those are traceable.
I don't know what she meant by that.
So you said, I am irritated and can't sleep. This is on November 28th. Can't sleep peacefully. I need this to be over. It's hanging on by threads, and he's mean and narcissistic. Like, it's hanging on by threads. What's it's?
My nerves.
He snaps and acts all sweet and innocent, like I am being mean to him for days now. And then she says, and it is hanging on by a thread. It's so long because he's big. Moves slow and has to build. You say, I wish it would reach its climax and be done, LOL. She says, agreed. She said, close though, it's sentence, then that.
You know what she means by the second one where it says, if not, we'll do something else?
We tried everything to get rid of the flu, the
COVID. We tried all kinds of meds.
Let's pause here and lay out the full timeline of what investigators pieced together from those messages. It begins in September 2022 when Harold began experiencing symptoms consistent with poisoning, misdiagnosed as diverticulitis. In November, Ashley placed an order for water hemlock, the most toxic plant found in North America. A piece of its root, the size of a walnut, is enough to kill a large animal. Marcia put it in Harold's chili, a Sprite, and a margarita. He got sick again, but survived. On December 14th, Ashley ordered half a gallon of ethylene glycol, the colorless, odorless compound used in antifreeze, and Marcia asked how much she needed. On December 19th, it arrived. On December 20th, Harold Allen was dead. Every single emergency room visit in the months before his death had been caused not by his existing conditions, but by deliberate, repeated poisoning. His own wife and stepdaughter had been trying to kill him for months, laughing over text messages when doctors sent him home.
She says, you can't touch the plant when they come, just saying, gloves. You say laugh out loud, that's what I was going to tell you also. You will need gloves.
Yeah, those are the plants that were in the basement.
She said, aha. Or no, you said, aha. She said, oh, I know I'll need to wear gloves and have some time alone to prepare the root.
I can't imagine how you feel being betrayed by your daughter. But at this point, I mean, there is so much content there, and I would almost call it evidence. I feel like Ashley had a lot to do with this, and maybe you were dragged along.
I honestly don't know why she took it.
She wouldn't feel like you owed her money for her helping you kill Harold.
No, because I did not kill him.
Did you guys go to school together?
We did. We went to high school together, graduated together. Didn't know who either one of us was. We went to our 30-year class reunion and then got to talking, and we've been together ever since.
I mean, was he mean to you? Was he mean to her?
No.
He wasn't mean to the kids or anything like that, where she would have.
No.
There's one ticket here, there's you and Ashley. I don't know if you guys are going to fight over who gets that ticket, but somebody is going to use that
I
ticket.
already know what she's going to say, and it's all going to be lies.
Me and another detective were reading through it, and it's like, do they think he's possessed? I mean, that's literally our thought process.
And then it says it's looking for someone to attach itself to, and then she talks about the grandchildren, and you say, well, that's not going to happen. We'll make sure that doesn't happen. But at this time, whatever's trying to attach or attack the grandchildren is in him, according to the messages. Like it's in him. And
She's always said that, but I've never believed it.
And she thought that was some kind of demon that was in him?
She's always talked about stuff like that. I just never paid attention to it.
Either Ashley or Marcia or both believed that there was some kind of demon or something inside of Harold that they were going to try to kill.
Investigators believed Ashley used the demon narrative to manipulate her mother into seeing Harold as a threat to the family, while Ashley discussed spiritual cleansing and biblical remedies. Evidence pointed to a different motive: financial gain. With an estate worth around $350,000, investigators concluded Harold Allen's death was driven by greed, not faith. Even more concerning, others close to Ashley had also died unexpectedly from heart-related causes.
Ashley Jones had been married before. Her husband died of heart problems. Marcia Allen was living with a man in Crothersville, which is also in Jackson County, and he died of heart problems. So it was like this continuously, like it seemed like the men that they were around were dying, and they all were dying of heart problems. I believe that they have done this before, and I have no doubts if they weren't stopped and if they weren't caught, they would have kept doing it and probably done it again already.
She asked me to place order for her. Yeah.
For the ethylene glycol.
For something like that.
You do remember it being ethylene glycol, right?
For that woman, I just do what she asks and always have since I was a child.
Was she concerned that it wasn't working?
Yeah.
What concerns?
She said, I'm never going to be free I'm like, okay, it's because it's not supposed to be. She kept begging for the same help. She kept saying, I can't live this way. And it was the same repetitive cycle. It was
And when she
until
was,
she gets sedated, she doesn't stop, and she'll make life's hell if she doesn't get what she wants.
you knew she was going to be putting ethylene glycol in the drink.
I knew that she intended to.
Was there a life insurance policy that you're aware of?
There was, but it didn't go to her.
Who did it go to?
Her brother, his brother. She wanted to be free of him completely. She wanted him dead. And I said, you're going to go to hell for that, Mom.
So how much money did your mom end up with from the insurance?
Like 60 something, I think she said.
60,000.
They had also looked into how much all the guns that were worth and that were in their safe. They had also looked into how much the property and the house was. I think at one time they said the house was going to be around $350,000. So they were going to sell all of his property. They were going to sell his truck. They were going to sell his motorcycle. They were going to sell his house. They were going to sell everything that he owned to gain financially.
At this point in the interview, Ashley has admitted to purchasing the ethylene glycol, acknowledged she knew what it was going to be used for, and confirmed that the financial stakes involved. Detectives have her, but what comes next is the moment this case transforms from a murder investigation into something even more troubling. In April 2024, while awaiting trial, Ashley passes a letter to a fellow inmate, asking her to smuggle it out of the facility. Investigators are tipped off. The inmate agrees to cooperate and wear a wire. What they record is Ashley discussing targets, including the two men who burgled Marsha's house, with chilling specificity. She describes shot placement. She asks whether her contact can source high-powered rifles with scopes. She draws a map. She names addresses. And shockingly, among her targets is her own fiancée, a woman named Ashley Nedez, who Ashley Jones apparently believed could testify against her. This is not someone who was coerced into helping her mother. This is someone who, even locked inside a prison, was willing to orchestrate violence to protect herself.
A high-powered rifle mentioned and maybe 2 shots to the neck.
Okay, right here, she said, here people get guns with scopes, high-powered rifle. Right here severs every nerve and kills you instantly. Right here. Okay, I mean,
So
right
that's
here.
how she was wanting these
She
people
touched
taken
me.
out.
Stephen White's mother. This is her handwriting, not mine.
So she wrote all this?
Yes. This is the layout of the apartment building where she's wanting them to shoot. Because I told her about the
Who were they wanting? Who was she wanting her to shoot?
Ashley Nedez, and she just said take out the little girl. I don't know if you guys heard that.
Did she say why she
Ashley?
wanted Ashley Neves taken out?
Because she said she was there when she poisoned Harold.
Some of the messages that stick out to us the most is probably the LOLs, laugh out loud, smiley face emojis when Harold is suffering and, you know, in severe pain, or even at the ER because they're trying to kill him and they're laughing about it. I remember there being a text message where Ashley laughed that the ER staff sent him home. Her text message was LOL, they dismissed him, or they dismissed him, LOL, one of the two. But she was like, she couldn't believe, like just laughing that the hospital staff basically dismissed him from the hospital and let him go home. And they had gotten away again with trying to kill him. Harold thought he had a wife that loved him, and he had a stepdaughter who he loved, who had a child, and he welcomed Ashley and her child into his house and let her move in. He loved spending time with his wife. He loved to go on vacation with his wife. But, you know, my impression of their relationship is Harold being that guy who just likes to spend time with his wife and, you know, has no idea that they're trying to kill him. He was a hardworking man. You know, he wasn't a rich man. He worked every day of his life. He worked the night that he was killed. He worked that day. And on his way home from work, he stopped to get wood pellets for the stove to keep the house warm for his wife and stepdaughter.
So I'm here to talk to you about something completely different.
Okay.
Okay? It's not going to be an easy conversation. Okay? After your mom was here yesterday and spoke with us, we got a call to go check on her welfare at her home. And she's passed away.
What?
She passed away.
What happened?
Without going into a lot of detail,
What you can tell me?
it appeared that there was something ingested possibly, and passed away on her bed.
So we wanted to tell you in person that you are under the arrest for the murder of Harold, okay? And conspiracy to commit murder and attempted murder.
Ashley Jones pleaded guilty in 2025 to conspiracy to commit murder and attempted murder. She was sentenced to 50 years in prison, the largest sentence ever handed down in Jackson County, Indiana. Stephen White and Kane Napier, the two men who carried out the burglary, each pleaded guilty to a level 4 felony burglary charge and received sentences of 1,095 days, with time already served counted. Marcia Allen died by suicide the evening of her interrogation on October 16, 2023, and was never formally charged. Harold Allen's case had been closed as natural causes